Good morning, everyone. Paul Ripple here with Fox 29 News Now. Hope your Friday is off to a fantastic start. You're looking live at the Benjamin Franklin Parkway with the Philadelphia Museum of Art in the background. Let's get you a quick look at weather here. Currently, it is 66 degrees, a beautiful day right now. Dew point 48, winds out of the northwest at 18 miles per hour, so a bit breezy, but certainly nicer than the rain and dreary conditions we had yesterday when we were at times 30 degrees cooler than the day prior. So we'll get you a full look at weather in a little bit. In the meantime, let's take a quick live look. You're looking live on Capitol Hill. That is just a stairwell at the moment, but this is a camera outside of where an important hearing is going on this morning. The intelligence community's Inspector General is testifying before a House committee right now. This Inspector General has been at the forefront of the impeachment inquiry that's underway into President Trump's conversations with the Ukraine, with his counterpart in Ukraine. That Inspector General is testifying right now, and we have seen some members come and go. You see the media in the lobby there to get comments from anyone who comes out and is willing to speak about the hearing. They probably can't divulge exactly what they heard, but they can speak in general terms about the ongoing inquiry and what they're hearing and seeing, and comment on that in general. So we will get you the latest sound as it comes in. In the meantime, as I mentioned, the Inspector General, whose investigation touched off the drive to impeach the president, is on Capitol Hill. His testimony comes as President Trump is broadening his call for other countries to investigate former Vice President Joe Biden. Fox News correspondent Doug Luzader joined us on Good Day Philadelphia this morning to talk about the situation and give us the latest.
Inspector General of the United States, whose investigation touched off the drive to impeach the president, will be on Capitol Hill today.
His testimony comes as President Trump is broadening his call for other countries to investigate former Vice President Joe Biden.
Doug, it's your story again.
They're going to be saying that every single day. Democrats today expect to hear from the Inspector General, who kind of began this whole thing with the report of the whistleblower complaint. The president, meantime, is roiling the waters.
China should start an investigation into the Bidens.
An extraordinary declaration from President Trump that China should take a look at former Vice President Joe Biden's son Hunter and his business dealings. The president already facing an impeachment probe after a similar request was made of Ukraine's president. Today, the intelligence community Inspector General Michael Atkinson will return to Capitol Hill to talk about the whistleblower allegation that first brought the Ukrainian matter to light.
I will say we saw further evidence that there was a shadow shakedown going on.
The Democrats, meantime, say that yesterday's 10-hour interview with former Special Envoy to Ukraine Kurt Volker yielded more evidence of a concerted effort to force Ukraine to investigate the Bidens. But Republicans point to specific text messages between senior U.S. diplomats, one saying, "As I said on the phone, I think it's crazy to withhold security assistance for help with a political campaign." The other responds, "Bill, I believe you are incorrect about President Trump's intentions. The president has been crystal clear, no quid pro quos of any kind."
If there was an Academy Award for leading the witness, my Democrat colleagues would have gotten 3 Oscars today.
Well, this standoff between Democrats in Congress and the White House is going to escalate today. We expect the White House to make the argument that the administration does not have to cooperate with this impeachment probe because there has been no formal vote in the House to actually launch it.
Yeah.
Mike and Alex.
Okay. Doug, this is what I want you to do. Just have a peaceful, restful weekend, and don't even talk about this.
Yeah. Don't mention impeachment.
Something's going to come up this weekend.
Oh, yeah. There's no question.
Probably.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see you Monday.
So that was Fox's Doug Luzader reporting from Washington. Thank you for that report, Doug. We're joined by Chris Wallace this morning on Good Day Philadelphia, the host of Fox News Sunday on our air on Sunday mornings. Joined us to talk about the his upcoming show this weekend and some of the other happenings in Washington.
I don't know if you noticed this yesterday, but President Trump is now publicly urging another foreign government to investigate the Bidens. And he mentioned China this time.
China should start an investigation into the Bidens. I haven't, but it's certainly something we can start thinking about.
So, Chris Wallace, I guess we don't have to worry about interpreting what the transcript of the call with Ukraine's president actually meant. I mean, he just said it right to our face yesterday.
No, that's right. And, there's some speculation why he would do that. Mm-hmm. And the leading theory, although, trying to interpret or analyze why the president does something is a steep hill to climb, mm-hmm. is that, if he's been caught in it, here he's saying, look, I'll do it right in the open on the south lawn of the White House, in a sense trying to normalize behavior and saying there's nothing wrong with it. So the argument isn't, did he do it or didn't he do it? It's whether what he did is wrong or not, and he's kind of owning it. Whether that's going to work or not, we'll see. I would say that the growing consensus here on Capitol Hill is that the Democrats will impeach the president. Of course, that is basically just an indictment, a charge, right. That the president abused his powers. Then it would go to the Senate. And there, it takes a two-thirds majority to remove the president, 67 votes. There are only 47 Democrats, so you would need 20 Republicans to jump ship. At this point, there's nowhere near that number.
It just brings up, and I'm sure this will be talked about at the next debate, is it ever appropriate for your family member, I'm talking about the Bidens now, for a family member to be working, as Hunter Biden did, on an advisory board for a big company in another country?
No, it's a legitimate question. There is no evidence so far, and there have been some investigations, that there was any crime committed, that there was anything that right. Hunter Biden did or the vice president did that was illegal. But having said that, this is going to hurt Joe Biden. There's no mm-hmm. question about it, because, to the degree that people are sick of the swamp, this just stinks of the swamp. The idea, I don't think anybody out there thinks that if this guy's name were Hunter Smith instead of Hunter Biden, he would have gotten these big deals in countries like Ukraine and China. China may be even more egregious, because Hunter flew over on Air Force Two with the vice president and comes down the gangway. You don't think that the Chinese are watching that, and then sits there and makes some big deals in China?
But of course, it's, I guess, equally inappropriate to be asking China to investigate that. Well, some would say. We'll see you Sunday, Chris. Thank you.
You bet. Yeah, we'll have the very latest on all of this, and who knows how much it'll change and develop. The Inspector General for the intelligence community testifying today. We'll have people from Congress, the White House, Republicans and Democrats on the Hill be all over this story.
Okay. We'll see you Sunday. Thank you.
And once again, we're taking a live look at Capitol Hill, where this hearing is, the testimony is being heard right now, the intelligence community's Inspector General. We'll get you out if we see someone step up to the microphone, or bring it to you shortly thereafter. In the meantime, the president has been reacting on Twitter this morning, so let's show you a couple of his comments. The president trying to pin some blame on Chairman Schiff of the House Intelligence Committee, saying the whistleblower who had the facts wrong about the phone call reached out and more to the Democrat-controlled House Intelligence Committee. Schiff never told us about this. I believe representatives from the chairman's office have said that confirmed that the whistleblower did speak to their office about how to file the complaint that was then filed. Other comments from the president this morning. had difficulty getting these to go live. Let's see. There we go. The president tweeted this morning, as president, I have an obligation to end corruption, even if that means requesting the help of a foreign country or countries. It is done all the time. This has nothing to do with politics or a political campaign against the Bidens. This does have to do with their corruption. Went on to add, retweet that and say, this isn't about a campaign, this is about corruption on a massive scale. That's the president's contention about why to justify the action that he has taken. He also tweeted this morning that breaking news, unemployment rate at 3.5% drops to a 50-year low. Wow, America, let's impeach your president, even though he did nothing wrong. And I believe this is his, yeah, the one about the whistleblower was his most recent tweet. This was from last night, about 11 hours ago. Nancy Pelosi today on Good Morning America actually said that Adam Shifty Schiff didn't fabricate my words in a major speech before Congress. She either had no idea what she was saying, in other words, lost it, or she lied. Even Clinton lover George Stephanopoulos strongly called her out. Sue her? That seems to be a criticism of Nancy Pelosi for her take on what Chairman Schiff mentioned at the start of the hearing, one of the first impeachment inquiry hearings, where he seemed to paraphrase and interpret the president's remarks from that transcript of his call with the president of Ukraine. So President Trump obviously making his case on social media, continuing to push back against the idea that impeachment is a valid inquiry for the Democrats to be seeking right now. Let's take this opportunity to show you the weather. It's a beautiful day outside right now, and we expect to have more on the way this weekend before some rain moves in on Monday. Let's take a quick look at Ultimate Doppler. You'll see that we've got clear skies right now. No rain in the offing today. I should say we do have some clouds in the sky. You see outside our studios here at 4th and Market Street. But blue skies, beautiful weather, 60s this morning, going up to the 70s. Much nicer than the dreary low-level clouds we had yesterday and rainfall. Your current temperatures. Right now we're at 66 in the city. 60s for just about everywhere on the map except Mount Pocono, where it is typically cooler. 51 right now. Some places already approaching 70, especially to our south. Wildwood, Millville, Dover in the upper 60s, Atlantic City, Wilmington even. Your northeast temperatures, see we are getting those winds out of the north and northwest, keeping things a little bit cooler than earlier this week. So in the 40s across the north there. U.S. temperatures, southeast holding on to that heat, 80s all along the Gulf Coast, all the way up to Raleigh, North Carolina. Atlanta 81, Houston 80, farthest west 80 we have right now. Although Phoenix seems to be headed there at 74 already, 50s on the west coast. Cool spot, Billings, Montana right now at 36. So we're a little bit warmer than we were at this time yesterday. There were times yesterday where the 24-hour temperature change was 30 degrees or more from Wednesday's hot day. 90-plus weather in the city of Philadelphia in October. But we've cooled back down, and especially yesterday, and today we're just a few ticks warmer than that. Although some places like Reading and Allentown, 11 to 12 degrees warmer than the same hour yesterday. It is pretty breezy out there, making it feel cool. 18 mile per hour wind speeds in Philadelphia sustained, 23 in Mount Pocono, And that means the gusts are even higher, of course. 37 mile per hour gusts in Mount Pocono. At the shore, 25 in Toms River, 26 in Atlantic City, 25 in Georgetown, Delaware, 22 in Wildwood. So wind gusts for much of the area right now, adding to the pleasant weather. As we mentioned, visibility is very good right now, 10 miles all around. And there's your satellite view showing very little cloud cover. Our futurecast, see we've got some high pressure in charge. And we're looking at a nice next 24 hours. And in fact, a nice weekend. Today, sunny and breezy, 70 for a high. We're calling it a 9 on our forecast by the numbers. Saturday, a chilly start at, I think that's an overnight low of 47. A chilly start, and we get to 65 for a high. Clouds and milder Sunday for the Eagles home game against the Jets at 1 p.m. 75 for a high, 54 for an overnight low. Monday, clouds to showers, 78 for a high. Tuesday, clouds to sun, 68. Wednesday, sunny and cool, 69. And Thursday, sunny and nice, 70. So aside from the rain on Monday, it's looking like a pretty nice forecast. Mostly temperatures in the 60s and 70s. It should be very pleasant out there. As always, download the Fox 29 Weather Authority app to get the latest conditions, hourly forecasts, see when the rain is moving in on Monday. We also offer location-based severe weather alerts, so get the app and you will have the heads up when storm warnings are being posted. Before we get you to some local news, let's cover business here real quick. McDonald's is bringing back the McRib, but will your nearest location have it? Fox Business Network's Tracy Carrasco has more in this report.
McDonald's, you know, the company that makes the hamburgers, you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do they make hamburgers?
Yeah, they make McRibs too. Now, why do they stop making them sometimes, Tracy? Do you even know?
You know, I don't know, but the McRib is one of those sandwiches that comes and goes. It's a limited edition. People love it. People hate it. Some people you drive around all over trying to find this thing. But yes, the McRib is coming back on Monday for a limited time. We don't know exactly how long. I would guess a month because I think that's historically how long McDonald's brings it back for. But it will be at 10,000 locations across the country.
Oh.
So to help people find it, there is a McDonald's website, the McDfinder.com. That's the website.
Wow.
And you're able to put in your zip code to see where the closest McDonald's with the McRib is to you. I've done a search for my zip code. The closest one, there's 4 locations in, it looks like South Jersey. So if I want a McRib, I'll be taking a road trip.
There's none in all of Manhattan?
Nope.
Some people would say it's worth it, though. I'm just saying.
I've never had one, so I'm not sure.
I've driven miles just to get to a Sonic because there's not many out here. I will admit that.
Oh, that's, Sonic. Now, see, I am a fan of the McRib.
Oh, okay.
And I want to go wherever they do this, where they yank the bone out of the meat. Is that a machine? Well, it has to be a machine.
That's true.
Or is it even a rib? You know what I mean? Is it even meat?
Kind of going to go with the second one. I don't know.
Do you eat meat, Tracy?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. That's why you haven't had one.
Yeah,
then,
she's not concerned.
Okay. That's why she looks so good.
Yes.
Tracy,
I'll get there one day.
What are you doing tonight? Friday night in New York City.
Probably going to bed early.
That's what we all do.
Yep, that's going to be
morning
wild.
television. Yeah.
Yep.
Have a great weekend. We'll see you Monday.
Thanks. You too.
Thank you to Tracy Carrasco for that report. Right now, you're looking at the big board. The stock market is up 0.6 of a point, about 160 points. The Dow Jones Industrial at 26,000. If I quickly shift you over here to the camera, let me get for you, it looks like Larry Kudlow is holding a gaggle for the press. And I think that just ended, just as quickly as I tried to take it. Again, that was U.S. Director of the U.S. National Economic Council, Larry Kudlow, was making remarks at the White House, but it looks like he may have just finished speaking there. So we'll see how markets react. I always react to comments from prominent officials in the president's financial team, and as well as members of the Federal Reserve Board. All right, so let's move on to local news. Where is Dulce? That is, Cumberland County officials released a tearful 911 call the 5-year-old's mother made nearly 3 weeks after the Bridgeton girl was abducted from City Park in that South Jersey community. Fox 29's Sabina Kuriakos has this story from Bridgeton, New Jersey.
911 calls just released in the disappearance of little Dulce Maria Alaves. On it, you can hear her mother, Noema Alaves Perez, begging a dispatcher to send police officers after she discovered that her little girl may have been abducted. The phone calls are difficult to hear. It has now been almost 3 weeks since little Dulce was last seen. She was playing in a park in Bridgeton called City Park when police believe she was abducted by a man driving a red minivan. Dulce's mother desperately searched the park for her little girl before calling 911, and on that recording you can hear her terror and her shock.
She came down with my son. They were running to the park, and then me and my sister, we came down. But when we got here at the park, she wasn't here. They said that my son was just crying with his ice cream, because somebody threw his ice cream in the floor, and my daughter just ran away.
And on the call, Dulce's mother says bystanders reported seeing little Dulce running from whoever may have taken her. Police looking for the driver of a red minivan with tinted windows and a sliding door. Police believe that the man behind the wheel may be between the heights of 5'6" to 5'8", thin with acne on his face. He was wearing orange sneakers, red pants, and a black shirt. Yesterday, Governor Phil Murphy asking anybody with any information to come forward and promising that anybody who does have information will not face any consequences based on their immigration status. He is hoping that that will entice anybody who might know the whereabouts of little Dulce to come forward. There's also a $35,000 reward for information in this case. We are at Bridgeton Police Headquarters. Sabina Kuriakos, Fox 29 News. Back to you.
Thank you, Sabina, for that update on the sad story of missing Dulce. Hope she is found soon. In other South Jersey news, a major shakeup in Atlantic County. The mayor of Atlantic City has resigned after pleading guilty to federal charges, and today his replacement will be sworn in. This morning he spoke with Fox 29's Steve Keeley, and here is their conversation from Good Day Philadelphia this morning.
All right, Atlantic County, Atlantic City, that's what we're talking about. Steve Keeley, we've got a new mayor coming. What, around noon?
Yeah, he'll be sworn in at noon, and here is City Hall, kind of nondescript and appropriately colored in black, because here we go again, the fourth mayor out of the last 8 leaving office under criminal charges. But as we turn around the casino skyline, look, we have a sunrise, a new day, and to the right, the new man in charge, Marty Small. Marty, who's driven to Philadelphia for us twice to be a guest on Good Day. That's what a good guy he is. So You ran for mayor against Frank Gilliam. You were classy yesterday by not celebrating his problems. So looking ahead right now, the last time this happened, the council president becomes acting mayor, but lasted 40 days. Yes. You're hoping to last a lot longer than 40.
Yes, well, that process will play out through the Democratic Committee here in the city of Atlantic City. They'll call their meeting. Shortly thereafter, City Council will call a special meeting, and they have to entertain 3 candidates, and I'm hoping to be one of the 3 candidates. And then once City Council votes on one successful candidate, that person will be the mayor of Atlantic City for at least a year.
And you have a lot of support because the last acting mayor didn't even become one of the 3 from the Democratic Committee that you guys could vote on. So you hope to be maybe the only person. Maybe they'll do something different this time. They're not forced to get 3 people, right?
Well, that's a part of the law. I'm definitely not going to interfere in that process. We're going to let the process play out. I don't take that committee for granted. I take this moment very serious, and we'll let the chips fall where they may.
All right, look, you ran for mayor a couple of years ago. You were the youngest council person ever elected at age 29. Now you're 45. You've been in government 2 decades. What can a mayor do that hasn't been done to bring this city back further? I mean, it's on the way back now. Sports betting has certainly helped. The casinos are doing a lot better than they were. There's more employment, more jobs. What can you do now as the new mayor to keep Atlantic City's momentum going?
Well, my priority is the taxpayers, and I've shown that as City Council President and Revenue and Finance Chair for the City of Atlantic City the last 4 years. 3 of those years, our budget was flat. One year was a 5.5% decrease. We need to increase the rateable base. We need to offer more family gaming activities here. And my background, I'm a career recreation professional, Dean of Athletics, Recreation, and Governmental Affairs at Principal Academy Charter. Previous to that, I was running all after-school sports programs for the Atlantic City Board of Education for 11 years and 4.5 years at the Boys and Girls Club. So I bring a hands-on approach to programming, particularly specializing in the youth. And, that's an area that we need to improve in, amongst other things, in the city of Atlantic City. And I'm just excited to continue in partnership with the state of New Jersey, who has been a big partner in other agencies that want to see Atlantic City succeed. And my goal is to just make Atlantic City the city that we know it should and can be. And listen, yesterday was unfortunate. As you said, I'm not here to dance on anybody's political grave. Frank Gilliam was a friend, and I just wish him and his family Godspeed.
All right, classy move. All right, good luck, best of luck, and maybe we'll be talking to you as mayor for several years now. Yes. By the way, this is not the only promotion in the small family. His wife, Dr. LaQuetta Young, became principal of Atlantic City became principal of Atlantic City High School this year as well. So 2 big promotions in the small family. I'd say they're very large these days.
That's for sure. Quite accomplished family. We'll take a quick break, coming right back.
Thank you to Steve Keeley for that report, and to Councilman Small for joining us from Atlantic City there. All right, in some other local news, let's get you out to, we'll take a second for this. We'll get you in one story first. In Delaware County, police in Upper Darby are investigating another threat against Upper Darby High School. Administrators were tipped off to the threat last night. There was also a threat against the school yesterday morning. Upper Darby High will operate on a normal schedule this morning. However, out of an abundance of caution, police will be on patrol at the school all day. Also in Delco, Upper Darby police are looking for a man wanted in a string of Wawa robberies. 2 suspects are already in custody. Quintel Martins and Christopher Winfield are facing numerous charges. Investigators say in June, the men held up a Wawa in Radnor and stole $2,000. Then last month, the same men robbed a Wawa in Drexel Hill, getting away with $6,000 in lottery tickets. Then finally, at a Wawa in Collingdale, a police officer spotted a suspicious car and arrested Martins and Winfield.
These robberies were violent, perpetrated occurrences, and luckily nobody got hurt.
Police say they know who the third suspect is and they're coming after him. They also say one of the men worked at a Wawa, so he knew the operation. Across the river in New Jersey, the Burlington County man accused of scamming donors out of more than $400,000 in a GoFundMe scheme is now facing federal charges. Prosecutors say Mark D'Amico and his then-girlfriend Kate McClure made up a feel-good story about a homeless veteran spending his last $20 to fill up McClure's gas tank. Both McClure and that homeless man, Johnny Bobbitt, pled guilty to their roles in the scheme. Now, D'Amico faces federal wire fraud and money laundering charges. He's already pleaded not guilty to state charges. A shocking scene unfolding in Delaware County. A 16-year-old in handcuffs and brought to the ground. Just seconds later, a man is tased by police. The whole thing captured on video. Nolina Clement, a junior at Chester High School, tells us it started when her and a friend were crossing Upland Avenue near West 24th Street in Upland on Wednesday. She says an officer was standing at that intersection and told them to get out of the street. What would have been a traffic citation for blocking the traffic quickly escalated. The teen admits she got disrespectful because the officers were cursing and claims they used a racial slur. She was put in handcuffs, and that's when you can see another man who lives nearby try to confront the teen, but he ends up getting tased and arrested. Clement says she is still trying to recover.
I was really terrified, honestly. Like, it was probably the most scariest things that ever happened to me. I honestly thought I was going to lose my life for crossing the street.
The Upland Borough Police Chief says his officers did not use any foul language. He also says that Clement became combative.
Disorderly conduct. I recorded her crossing the street too. Disorderly conduct. Man.
You taking her in? You calm down. No, you can take me instead of her. You can take me in. Right.
Police need help finding a robber in Center City. They say this guy broke into a home on the 300 block of Fawn Street through a second-floor bathroom window last Friday. Officers say a 59-year-old woman woke up to the suspect standing at the foot of her bed, demanding money, jewelry, and cell phones. Police say he got what he wanted and ran off. If you have any information about him, please contact Philadelphia Police. And watch closely here. This is doorbell video of an armed carjacking in Delaware County. It happened Monday night on the 200 block of Elmwood Avenue in Ridley Township. Police say the suspect, Donald Flynn, put a gun to the head of the driver. You can see the victims running away shortly after. Later on, police got a call about that car being on fire. They caught the suspect. Police say Flynn had already been on the run for a parole violation. That was Skyfox video of Skyfox is over the scene of something, trying to make sure that they want to confirm that they are at the right location. I can tell you what's happening, and we'll show you some video if we get if we confirm that we're over the right location here. Philadelphia Police put out a note, the 8th District, that at Labram Hancock Middle School on Hawley Road, the 10,000 block of Hawley Road, at 8:15 this morning, the school was placed on lockdown. At 8:15 the incident occurred. The school was placed on lockdown at 9:42. This was in reference to 2 students making terroristic threats and making reference to Parkland school, the Parkland school shooting in Florida. Both students are in custody, police say, and they're going to be taken to Northeast detectives. A police canine unit is en route to the scene to check the school, we're told. We were told at 10:26, so about 20 minutes ago, the lockdown was lifted at Labram Hancock Middle School. So again, Philadelphia Police in the 8th District telling us that 2 students are in custody in reference to allegedly making terroristic threats and making reference to a school shooting that occurred in Florida. Authorities checked the school and have now lifted the lockdown. And they're continuing to investigate. All right, let's take another look at weather right now. Again, it's gorgeous out there. If you get a chance to step outside and enjoy this weather, maybe take a Friday afternoon lunch outside in the courtyard or elsewhere, definitely a good candidate for the day to do it. Current conditions 66 right now, dew point 48, winds out of the northwest, as we mentioned, at 18 miles per hour. Not much doing on Ultimate Doppler. Gorgeous weather, some clouds passing overhead. You can actually watch them slowly drifting by here outside our studios at 4th and Market, with those upper level winds going pretty good. Here comes your current conditions, your temperatures, 60s across most of the area. 1 tick shy of 70 in Wildwood and Millville, New Jersey. Mount Pocono, the cool spot at 51. Northeast right now, 71 in Baltimore, 60s in Newark and Philadelphia, and Hartford and Boston along the coast. Closer to the coast, I should say. 59 in Williamsport, but then 40s farther north. And you look at the national weather map, temperature map. A little bit of blue creeping in from the north now these days. Still holding on to some orange there, though, in the southwest. Again, we talked about temperature change. We are a bit warmer than we were at this time yesterday. 4 degrees warmer in Philadelphia, but as much as 12 degrees warmer up in Allentown. Or if you're in Cape May, a degree cooler. And the winds. Double digits everywhere. Sustained winds. As high as 23 miles per hour in Mount Pocono right now, with gusts 37 there. And gusts into the 20s across many other places in the region. Starting to record on some video here for you. We'll get you in a second. Again, visibility is very good. 10 miles all around. Satellite. Little cloud cover in our area, some more to our north and west. And here's Futurecast. That may be, that could be an old video. We'll check on that for you. Your 7-day forecast. Oops. Went to the wrong panel there. 7-day forecast. There you go. Sunny and breezy, 70 degrees today, and 9 on our forecast by the numbers. This computer doesn't like when I try and multitask. Saturday's chilly start, 65 on Saturday, 47 for an overnight low, so it will be a cool start. If you've got soccer games or other sports activities to get to tomorrow morning. Sunday, clouds and milder, 75 for the Eagles home game against the Jets at 1 p.m. Also, the Walk to End Alzheimer's is occurring this weekend. Come on out and join us if you're able. Monday, clouds and showers, 78. The one forecast with some rain in it at the moment. Tuesday, clouds to sun, 68. Wednesday, sunny and cool, 69. And Thursday, sunny and nice, 70. So we do have some nice weather on the way. Right in that sweet spot, 60s, 70s. Perfect weather for outdoor activities. So enjoy. And download the Fox 29 weather app. Get the latest conditions wherever you are, as well as alerts based on your location, the locations you set, in fact. You can have multiple if you want. Mentioned this a couple moments ago. Sky Fox is over the scene of a school that was on lockdown earlier this morning. This is Labram Hancock Middle School. In Philadelphia. At 8:15 a.m., an incident occurred. The school was placed on lockdown. About an hour and a half later, police telling us that 2 students made terroristic threats and reference to the Parkland school shooting in Florida. Both of those students are in custody and were taken to Northeast detectives. Police, including a K-9 unit, checked the school, and then police updated us at 10:26 that the lockdown has been lifted. So Sky Fox over the scene there. Let's get you a look at conditions around the region. These are our weather cameras from all around the area, starting with Allentown, Pennsylvania. All right, I want to thank you very much for joining us today on Fox 29 News Now as we look at Wilmington, Delaware. Have a great rest of your Friday. We'll be back with you on Monday morning after Good Day Philadelphia. Have a fantastic weekend. Get outside, enjoy the weather, and thank you for watching. Have a great day.